Now is the time to call to order the Government Operations and Oversight Committee meeting on Monday, August 1st, 2022 at 6:15 p.m. Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Newsom.
Present.
Alderman Rivera.
Present.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Are there any public comments at this time?
Talk loud.
Testing. Here? Doesn't sound like anything. Okay. Eat the mic.
There were several things going on. There was a slight brouhaha regarding.
Mr. Pitts, could you give your name for the record, please?
My name is Charles Pitts. There was a slight brouhaha. I want to submit my memorandum to the board and to corporate counsel. I'm requesting that someone make a policy, make some policy regarding videos. If I request a video, I just feel like I should be able to get that without any problems, and I think it should be codified how I would get video of certain recordings. So that's my request. We had a second issue regarding semi-closed meetings. So the city has a faith-based policy meeting, and they also have a nonprofit meeting. And I'm requesting that the city codify it and make it slightly more official. 3 board members, someone to take notes so that it would fall under the Freedom of Information Act and the Sunshine Ordinance. Right now, we have Billy Coleman from North Chicago Think Tank thinking it's an open meeting where that was not the intended purpose. So at some point, people are going to be told that they're not welcomed to a semi-closed meeting. I was working on a draft memoranda for it, but there's lots of things that loosely fit and don't fit. So I'm just asking for the city to be a little bit more diligent in the process and procedures regarding these semi-closed meetings.
I have a question.
Okay.
You indicated that this person that you mentioned from this think tank thought that it was an open meeting to the public?
He posted it on Facebook, this Billy Coleman.
Okay, where did he get the information that it was an open meeting for the public?
I think he has an idea that these meetings are supposed to be all inclusive, and they're really not.
Okay.
I mean, so he's making something up and he's going off of it where the meetings are semi-closed.
What do you mean semi-closed?
Well, see, closed session meetings are regulated under the ordinance of Illinois. So they're regulated. So if you decide to talk about personnel issues, for the most part, that's not supposed to be done in public. So if you're doing negotiations, you aren't supposed to be doing that in public, but you can do it in closed session. So I'm saying you're in a gray area where you would be partially describing some of that in these semi-closed meetings.
Stuart, though, am I wrong? With these meetings he's referring to, I've attended some of them, we're not doing the business of the city. So does that still fall under the Open Meetings Act? Like, I sit there, but I don't participate in the meeting.
Right. So the Open Meetings Act has specific rules for public bodies. And so what I'm not as familiar with these faith-based community is it a meeting that is basically organized by staff? And
Chief
perhaps
Bridges.
Chief Bridges if you could speak to kind of how the these faith-based meetings are organized, who's invited, how that's decided, and then I can pontificate legally.
Thank you.
While he's coming up, I don't have a problem with the meetings. I'm just asking for a little bit more regulation so that it's clear not just anybody and everybody is welcomed.
Yes. The faith-based committee and the non-for-profit committee, both of those are invite only to all, open up to all of the faith-based houses of worship within our community and all of the non-for-profits that are within our community and some that border us that have interactions within our community. It's only invite only. To those.
And just to be clear, Chief of Staff Bridges, when we say that it's a committee, it's not a committee of the board, or not a committee of the city council.
No.
And it is not a public body as defined under Illinois statutes.
Correct. We
And
do not call them
although
committees.
members of the city council may attend, they are not attending as members, and there's not a quorum of any public body that's actually present.
Correct. It's a round table and a panel. They
Yes.
are not committees.
So just to Mr. Pitt's point, there are open meetings of public bodies and there are closed meetings of public bodies. And we go into closed session, for very specific topics. The city also has hundreds of meetings every day. The city staff do. The mayor might have a meeting, but those are not regulated by the Open Meetings Act. And so when staff convenes a meeting, even with one or two representatives of a public body, that does not make it subject to the Open Meetings Act, and that does not require a necessity of posting an agenda. The idea is, though, that when those types of bodies result in decisions that impact the city and might require changes to law or might require the city council to act, then staff is going to report out and talk to the city council about what happened at those meetings.
Yes, I get it and I understand it, but where we're at is we're in a gray area. So if 3 or 4 members show up, now you could be in this, I forgot what the term is, where you have too many people in one room talking about something. Yeah, so you could have quorum. So I'm just saying, I'm requesting that there be some type of bylaws, process, and procedures regarding this. Because see, the other situation of it is it's sort of open to the public and it's not open to the public. So what I'm saying is you're in a gray area, and the closed meetings laws, they sort of apply and they sort of don't.
Here's the thing, though. There's many times when I'm in a place with more than 3 of my fellow aldermen, when there's a business opening, the Puerto Rican Society holds a big event and we all come. There's times when we're all together in a room, but it's not a meeting because we're not there discussing the business of the city. We just all happen to be in the same place at the same time. And these are, as Chief Bridges said, these are meetings that are by invitation only, by definition. They're not a committee meeting. They're roundtable discussions that are by invitation only. Does that help?
I guess the issue becomes is how will they be regulated or how will they be defined through your ordinances?
They're not.
They're not.
They're
It's a
not
round
part of this
table.
body.
Yeah,
They're completely separate from us.
It's just a discussion. They're there to primarily share information and resources, I believe.
Hey, can we take this offline, maybe meet with Corporation Council after?
I agree with it. I guess one of my issues is that, some of the people of the community are welcomed and some of them aren't, and things aren't really codified. It would just be great if there was some codification regarding it.
Chief Bridges, can you discuss this with him out maybe in the hallway or something? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Pitts. Okay. Anybody else want to speak before this committee? Okay. I need a first and second motion to approve the minutes from the Government Operations and Oversight Committee meeting held on July 5th, 2022.
Motion.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. New business, item A, I need a first and second motion authorizing the proper city officials to approve a settlement agreement between the City of Waukegan and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Chapter 771, to resolve all pending grievances, litigation, and demands to bargain for Jonathan Oliver.
Can we do this all by omnibus?
I don't know, you have to ask Stu.
It
No,
has to be
no.
individually.
Has to be individual,
Individual?
yes.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
Okay, I need a
I'll
first and
motion.
second.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions to this motion? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item B, I need a first and second motion authorizing the proper city officials to approve a settlement agreement between the City of Waukegan and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Chapter 771, to resolve all pending grievances, litigation, and demands to bargain for Irvin Grimes.
I'll motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item C, I need a first and second motion authorizing the proper city officials to approve a settlement agreement between the City of Waukegan and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Chapter 771, to resolve all pending grievances, litigation, and demands to bargain for James Leonard.
I'll motion.
I'll second it.
Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
and Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item D, I need a first and second motion authorizing the proper city officials to approve a settlement agreement between the City of Waukegan and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Chapter 771, to resolve all pending grievances, litigation, and demands to bargain for Timothy Buckingham.
I'll make that
I
motion.
so move.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
and Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. I need a first and second motion to approve a resolution authorizing the proper city officials to approve a collective bargaining agreement between the City of Waukegan and the Metropolitan Alliance of Police, Chapter 771.
Make the motion.
Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item F, I need a first and second motion authorizing the proper city officials to settle Fire Department Workers' Compensation Claim Number 210614W020 for a total amount not to exceed $37,484.39.
I'll make that motion.
Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton, Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item G, I need a first and second motion authorizing the proper city officials to settle Police Department Workers' Compensation Claim Number 210713W002 for a total amount not to exceed $60,000.
I'll motion.
I second.
Thank you. Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome,
Aye.
Alderman Rivera,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item H, I need a first and second motion to approve and authorize the Director of Risk Management to execute a change order with the Insurance Program Managers Group, IPMG, in the amount of $16,760 above the original contract price of $76,640 for additional and unanticipated costs incurred between 2019 and 2022.
So move.
I'll second.
Any questions to this motion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Turner,
Aye.
Alderman Bolton,
Aye.
Alderman Florian,
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. Item I need a first and second motion to approve the procurement of Police Department policy products and services from Lexipol in the amount of $86,000 pursuant to the sole source purchasing exception number 2-458, subsection I, subsection 1.
I'll make the motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any questions to this motion? Okay, roll call.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am. There is no old business reports or communications, so can I get a first and second motion to adjourn at 6:30?
I'll motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. See you in a bit.